Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we will be learning about inequalities. This is more of a part 1, and it won't cover as many things, but if you want to see a part 2, make sure that you hit that like button or just comment on my discussion page, and I'll make sure to make a part 2 for you guys. And if there's anything specific you want me to put in my part 2, if I make one, then just tell me in my discussion page. So without further ado, let's head on straight into this video. First, let's go over what is an inequality. An inequality is something like 4x is less than 12. So there are many different kinds of inequalities, I guess you could say. One might be 4x plus 7 is less than 29. Well, we'll be learning how to solve those kinds of things later in this video. But the most basic is when you have a variable is less than or greater than a number. So if we have x is less than 5, so we put our little hollow circle and make sure it's hollow, and then we go ahead and draw a line going back because it's less than. And what does that mean? That means it's going to be any number that is less than 5, not greater. And if it says greater than, then you will put it going the opposite direction. So if you want more help on this, then let's go ahead and look at a couple more examples. But always remember to not fill in the circle yet, because in my part 2, I will explain when and why you would fill the circle. But for now, in all of these problems, keep it as a hollow circle. Now, let's do a problem such as x is greater than 8. So if we translate this to words, it is x is greater than 8, as I just said. So let's go ahead and graph this one. So this one is greater than. So it will be any number that is greater than 8. And if it was less than, then we would go backwards. But since it's greater than, we would go forwards. And make sure it's a hollow circle, as I said before. In this whole entire video, just stick with a hollow circle. And then you're going to go ahead and bold the arrow and bold the line to represent that x is equal to all of that. So let's get into something a little bit more tricky. Let's take an example I wrote in the beginning of this video. 4x is less than 12. How would we do this? Well, we are going to replace the less than or greater than sign with an equal sign. Then we're going to solve it like a normal equation, and in this case we divide both sides by 4. And we get x is equal to 3. But x is not equal to 3. Instead, we go ahead and put back our sign just as it was before. But this time, it's all simplified. And we would graph this just like how we would graph the other ones. So this translates to x is less than 3 because it's going to eat the other number. The alligator is facing the other number, which means it's less than. Anyway, so we will graph it just like this. So you're simply going to simplify and make sure that you put the exact same sign as before. And you're just treating the less than or equal sign or less than or greater than sign as an equal sign, but then you must replace it again. And if you flip the numbers, let's say, then you have to flip the sign as well. Let's say we have 5x is greater than 20. Well, we go ahead and replace the greater than sign with an equal sign and simplify. Then we get x is greater than 4, which is just a simplified version of 5x is greater than 20. And if we go ahead and graph this on our number line, just like how we did all our other equations, we would get it going forwards because it's greater than, not less than. Less than would be going backwards. So it's always helpful to translate it in words, and this will help you graph it in a number line. So, and remember to always bolden the arrow to represent that it goes on for all those numbers. And remember, always a hollow circle for these kinds of problems. And for this, it's the same thing if we have a number adding to x. So let's say we have x plus 4 is less than 18. So we replace the sign obviously with an equal sign and subtract 4. And then we'll get x is less than 14. And then we graph that on the number line just how we graphed all the other problems. So it's just an extra step, but it's a very simple one. So now you all are going to do practice problems all by yourselves. You have these 3 inequalities and you'll have 2 minutes to graph all of them on a number line. Did you do it? Let's check if you got the right answer. So for the first one, we don't need to do any converting the sign to an equal sign because it's already simplified. All we need to do is graph this on our inequality number line. And if we translate this into words, we get x is less than 6. So that means it's going to go backwards from positive 6. And we're going to put a hollow circle. And then we're going to put a bolded line going backwards. Now let's head on to the second problem, which is 6x is greater than 48. So for this problem, we need to convert the greater than sign to an equal sign and then simplify. Then we get x is equal to 8. But x is not equal to 8, it is greater than 8. We just need to put back our sign. And since it's greater than, it's going to be going forwards from the positive 8 on the number line. And we just go ahead and bold from 8 on. And now for the last problem. We do need to do the same thing by converting the less than sign in this case to an equal sign. So then we'll get x plus 7 is equal to 17. Then we subtract 7 to simplify. And then we'll get x is equal to 10. And then we go ahead and put back our sign. So we'll get x is less than 10. And then if we go ahead and graph it on our number line, we'll have a hollow circle at the number 10, and it's going to be going backwards because it's less than. Congrats, you made it to the end of this video. Whether it's you needed help with this concept, you wanted some extra practice, or you just wanted to review, I hope you learned something or got some extra practice in. It'd mean the world to me if you subscribed and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I post a brand new video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. It just tells me if I need to change anything. Remember, you can always comment on my discussion page with any suggestions you might have. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me. My email is always in the description box. Thank you all so much for tuning in for today's video. Bye!